All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakha Kodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do it well. And salutations and blessings to Akim that are pushing this word with truth, sincerity, and charity, and risk your lives to do so. And firstly, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, and many other false names. His only true name is Yahweh, and Bahashem, meaning in the name, Ba in Ha Da Sham name, which is the only way to get to the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, and many other false names. His only true name is Yahweh Shai. And the Rakha Kodash is the Holy Spirit, which is how we are inspired to do these lessons, go out in the habits and bad ways, and ultimately do the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. It's all done through the Rakha Kodash, which is the holy angels. And today, I want to get into this topic, and I'm going to title it, "The Law is Life, All other ways are death." And it was pretty much inspired by this lesson I watched earlier today by the Elder Yashawamba, called "Our People Most Definitely Need to Keep the Laws." All right, and that's the truth. Our people most definitely need to keep the laws because, you know, in the video that he was in the lesson, he played the video, and it was these two guys. I think they were in the league. They may have been in basketball, the NBA. They may have been in the NBA, and pretty much talking about how they'd be fucking each other's wives. All right, it'd be the players, you know, having sex with the coach's wife, and so on and so forth, man. And you know, they'll send a ball boy over to go and, you know, get a fan's wife. You know, if the guy gets up to go get a drink or whatever. And really, all this wickedness goes on. You know, he went into, you know, many other things in the lesson, but you know, that's just some extreme wickedness, man. And Jake would go the distance, the extra mile, to just commit some fucking wickedness. You know, you got a player spot a girl in the crowd and then go send the ball boy over to go pick her up, to go get her number so he can commit adultery. You know, and this is, you know, why the elder titled the lesson, "Our people most definitely need to keep the laws," because all this stems from you not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, because in the law it says to not commit adultery. And in committing adultery, you destroy your neighbor. And it's also likened to murder, man. It's like you putting a man to death, you know, because you just destroyed this man's entire morale. Like that would make a man kill himself. You know, that'll make somebody go crazy, go ballistic, man. It'll never be the same. It destroys him as a person. That shit is just wicked as all hell, man. That shit is wicked. But hey, these things all go on because of our people not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai, which was given to them. And I'm speaking to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and speckled birds that look like the other nations, but your seed line goes back to a so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American, which will make you an Israelite because you are what your father is, according to Numbers 1 and verse 18. So yeah, this message is to you Israelites, man, because the law was never given to the whole world. But this is Proverbs 9 and 11. For by, let's see, you know what? It's Proverbs 9 and 9. It says, "Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding." So the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, fearing the Lord, that's the first step to obtaining wisdom. Okay, because you can't fear the Lord, and then also you can't, you know, not fear Yahweh Shema Shai and then obtain wisdom, because what is wisdom? If fearing the Lord, you must keep wisdom. And if you don't have that fear, you won't do this. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments even as Yahweh, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. So we are to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments no matter where we go. These commandments no matter where we go. All right, we are to do them. It says, verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So this is our wisdom. These laws, statutes, and commandments is our wisdom, man. This is wisdom. So the first step to obtaining that wisdom, the first step to practicing that wisdom, you must fear Yahweh Shema Shai. And fear is an action. So if you don't, fear causes action. So if you don't fear the Lord, you will not be pushed into that action to serve, to keep His laws, statutes, commandments. And Jake already don't fear the Lord. They don't fear Yahweh Shema Shai. They said, what profit is there in serving the Lord? And like it says in I believe Micah the 3rd chapter. That's the spirit that Jake got on him. What benefits am I gonna get from serving him? I got this scam and shit going for me. Hey, I'm finna make it to the league. All type of wicked ass excuses Jake got for not serving Yahweh Shema Shai. And it just starts with a lack of fear. They don't really believe that he's gonna jack them up, but he is. It says, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Right? So because with that wisdom, you have to get understanding. As it says, with all thy getting, get understanding. So with getting that wisdom, you must get understanding behind that wisdom, man. Because you having that understanding, you're going to cease from sin. You're going to cease from wickedness. Because you know that, damn, okay, if I go this way, if I do this, I'm going to die. I'm going to be destroyed. Oh, shit, if I commit adultery, of course, commit adultery is having sex with another man's wife, or a woman having sex with a man that is not her husband. That's what adultery is. A man can have more than one wife. Adultery is not a man sleeping with multiple women when he has a wife. That's not adultery. Okay? But having that understanding is like, damn, I commit adultery. Now this man is going to be hunting me. This man is going to be on my back. He may send a gang of people at me to put me to death. Damn, okay, the man never finds out, right? And the man never finds out. And this is what I was thinking of when watching the video from the elder Yashawamba. Because guys, he pretty much like, shit. The dude was talking about it, the NBA player or whatever. He like, hey, these people never noticed. They didn't know that their wife was committing adultery on them. They didn't know that their wife was blowing the whole basketball team. They didn't know this shit. They didn't know this, man. The husband, he didn't know any of this. But now it's all coming out, on that interview. It's all coming out, man. But even if it never came out, still the Lord sees it. Yahweh Shema Shai sees it. This is Sirach 23 and verse 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, meaning a man that commits adultery, saying in his heart, saying in his mind, who seeth me? So he's saying like, who sees me? You in your head, you in the box, you having a good time. Damn, man, can't nobody see me? Hey, her husband ain't gonna never find out. Yeah, that nigga stupid. But what it says, I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? So right. So what do I gotta fear for? Ain't nobody seeing me. I don't fear that man husband. I don't fear the Lord. Don't nobody see me. I'm doing me. I'm having a good time. I'm getting off. It says the Most High will not remember my sins. Because the Lord remembers every single sin. He has documented every single sin that you have committed, man. Every inch of wickedness you have done, the Lord knows it. It says that he required that which is past. He don't let anything slip away. It says, verse 19, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knowing not that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. So Yahweh Shema Shai is seeing everything. It's seeing, it says, 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Hey, the Lord is seeing every single thing, man. There is not one being on this planet Earth that is hiding from Yahweh Shema Shai. And that includes you, Esau. Okay, you Rockefellers and you high elites. The Lord sees y'all as well. Everything that y'all doing. He knows all y'all plans as well, man. But it doesn't matter what, who you are, how slick you think you may be. The Lord sees you. He sees everything. It says in the book of Psalms, King David was going into, like, damn, if I make my bed in hell, the Lord sees me. If I go here, the Lord sees me. And then as he's going on, it says that darkness is as light to Yahweh Shema Shai. So there's nothing hidden from the Lord, man. This is Sirach 23 and verse 20. It says he knew all things ere ever they were created. So he already got your whole life mapped out and planned out. He ain't even gotta look at you. He ain't even gotta, have his angels watch you, because he already knows what the fuck you're gonna do. So if you think that you're gonna get away with something, or you're doing something that he don't know that you're doing, you're a fool, and you're fooling yourself. The Lord sees everything. It says, so also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken. Right? Because a guy think that you all safe, you all good. Never gonna get caught. You committed all this adultery, you good. AKA ain't nobody gonna touch you. The woman ain't gonna snitch. The nigga ain't gonna never come home early. Y'all always go hide this shit playing. Doubt she gonna lie good. But at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna expose your ass, man. And he's gonna have you be destroyed out here in the streets, gunned down, beat the fuck up, crippled. Hey, the Lord will do some divine intervention on your ass, man. It's just like the guy, was a guy who was in one of the camps, one of the Great Millstone camps, man. He was committing adultery, and I forgot his name, man. But he was committing adultery, and shit, got kicked out the camp. He kept committing adultery with brothers' wives, man. He got kicked out the camp, and so he ended up getting trapped up inside this building that was on fire. And he had to jump at the building, and paralyzed him from the waist down. So he can't even use his rod no more. Can't even use his rod anymore, man. That's what the Lord would do to you for committing adultery. The Lord didn't even put that man to death. He made it where he can't even use his rod anymore. That's how you know that it was Yahweh Shema Shai. Because the Lord put his hand into that, man. Just when you least expect it, when you think that you all good, the Lord go get your ass. So all these things happen, all this death, all this, destruction, these calamities and plagues that go on inside of our nation is all because of the lack of keeping the law, statutes, commandments. And you got Christians saying that, hey, we don't have to keep the law. Well, what governs a man's life? What sets a standard for a man? What sets a boundary for a man? Like, that shit makes no sense. The law rules over us for as long as we live. Okay, yeah. So, let me get this. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So this is the whole duty of man. This is our job. This is what we are required to do. To keep the law, statutes, commandments. To do the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Following his word. And not what? Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. So we are not to lean to our own understanding. We are not to trust in our own hearts, but trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. Trust in the Lord, trust in his wisdom and his ways. As it says in Isaiah the 55th chapter. Isaiah 55. Isaiah 55 and verse 8. And I can go up in this chapter as well, but it says Isaiah 55 and verse 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." So the Lord is much higher than us, man. What we think is incorrect. What Yahweh Shema Shai thinks is correct in every way. Our minds are just full of wickedness, full of sin. We in this flesh. And what the Lord has said, what the Lord has governed and deemed righteous for a man's life, and has deemed the correct way for a man to walk, is what we should be doing. Not fighting against it, not going against it, but doing what the Lord says, man. To the best of our ability, every single word to the best of our ability. You know, we're still supposed to strive towards hitting that mark, even if we can't hit it. Still supposed to strive towards hitting that mark. And that's Philippians 2 and 12. You know, which Lord willing, I can read that after this. It says John 6 and 63. "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. But the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. The flesh profited nothing. But it's the spirit that quickens. It is the spirit that makes us alive. Everything else is death to you. Everything else is going to get you destroyed, man. Following another God is going to get you destroyed. And why is that? Because you're leaning to your own understanding. This is not what the Lord said. The Lord said, "Have no other gods before me." So following another way, following another God, that's death to you, man. Following your own mind, that's death to you. Oh, following Louis Farrakhan or fucking Kanye West, that's death. That's still an idol. It's not Yahweh Shema Shai. It says Psalms 119 and verse 50. It says, This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai is what quickens us. And to quicken means to make alive. So it's the words of the Lord that makes us alive. It says Psalms 119 and verse 40. And out of that is death. Before we were serving Yahweh Shema Shai, we were in a death style. We were just the walking dead, man. But now we are living. Psalms 119 and 40. "Behold, I have longed after thy precepts," which the precepts are the commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. "Quicken me in thy righteousness." And the word of the Lord is his righteousness. So we are to be in a longing spirit. All right, meaning we're supposed to be yearning for this, yearning for the words of the Lord, yearning for his precepts. Okay, that should be our main desire. Okay, is the words and the commandment from Yahweh Shema Shai. And you got people saying that we ain't supposed to keep the commandments. Well, guess what? Those are false prophets. Those are people that you just don't follow, man. You don't fuck with them. But you listen to the men who are telling you to keep the laws and believing in the only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai, striving to keep those laws to the best of your ability in the faith of Yahweh Shai. All right, because no matter how much we keep these laws, it's not going to get us saved. No matter how perfectly we keep it, it's not going to get us saved, man. Because we are already too far gone. We are already too dirty. Hey, the Lord said that all of our righteousness is as filthy rags, and that is a period pad, man. You know, that's how the Lord Yahweh looks at our righteousness, which is why he sent his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, to deliver us from our sins, which is death. The wages of sin is death. So through Yahweh Shai, we have life, man, which is why all the praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Shai. I thought it was another one. Yeah, it is. This is Psalms 119 and verse 93. It says, "I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me." Ooh. Man, that's really the one I wanted. Throughout Yahweh Shema Shai. But hey, he said, "For with them thou hast quickened me, with thy precepts, with thy wisdom, with thy commandments." Thou hast quickened me. Thou hast made me alive. So prior to that, we were in a dead state. Proverbs 21. So it's just showing you that we need these laws, man. We need the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. We need instruction, especially in our nation right now, man. Look at the condition of our people. You think we don't need structure? But then a Christian will tell you, yeah, y'all don't have to keep the laws. Just throw me the tithes. That's all. That's all. But that's in the law. That's in the law, but we're supposed to be done away with the law. Just show you how much of a fucking hypocrites these people are, man. Especially these Christians. But our people certainly need a structure. This is Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And every single last one of us Israelites on this planet Earth wandered out of the way of understanding, which is the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. We wandered out of that. And then we went into a way of shit, just madness, man. Madness. Our people have done so much wickedness, so many things in so many different past lives. We don't even know, you know. We just don't even know about. But we know what Jake is doing in these times, man. They going hard. They going hard in murder. They're going hard in sodomy. They're going hard in adultery, covetousness. Just total sexual immoral acts. You got sons having sex with their mothers. You got mothers having sex with their daughters, which is fucking just, man. It just that is complete madness, man. Sons on fathers, you know, sisters on brothers. This shit is really going on out here in this world, man. And then what? The law is not upheld. You're supposed to put people like that to death. Supposed to put these motherfuckers to death, man. But then what you do? You tell them, oh no, he just needs love. They're just, you know, they're not understood correctly. No, man, this shit is wicked. This whole world is just engulfed in wickedness, and it just pushes nothing but wickedness. Well, I'm gonna get this, but this is the reason why people need the law, because of those things that are going on, and with the law, hey, these things will be, man, totally cut down. It will be put to a stop, because judgment will be going forth. But then what? We under the law of Esau Edom, you know. So it only goes so far, man. But keeping these laws is still it's going to clean up our nation. So this is why we tell you Israelites, you're supposed to come back to your heritage. This is your heritage, man. This is Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So I want to go into this word trembling. Yeah, and point being is that we're supposed to always keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, always be doing what's right, no matter who's around. No matter who's around, man. Whether it's an elder brother, you know, just a brother that you're around. Hey, this not just something that we do. It's not just a game. This is not just something that we just put a face on. We around other men of the Lord, man. No, this is something that we actually are living by. We truly living by this, man. If we see a woman who got a man, we walk the other way. We see a chance at, you know, hitting a lick, like niggas like to say, we get away from that shit. We don't pounce on wickedness, man. We actually live according to these laws, statutes, and commandments. So this is the Greek word for trembling, which is traumos, which says a trembling or quaking with fear, and you are to truly be afraid of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, truly be afraid of the Lord, man. Actually having that true, real fear that you can feel. Really fearing the Lord. And what? It says, with fear and trembling, used to describe the anxiety of one who distrusts his ability completely to meet all requirements but religiously does his utmost to fulfill his duty. So going back to the point that I made earlier, all right, of course we're not going to keep these laws, statutes, commandments perfectly. But at the end of the day, you are to strive to do to meet that requirement, to hit the mark to the best of your ability. Hey, no one is, you get on a basketball court and you just rolling the ball. You're just rolling the ball back and forth because you done missed 30 shots in a row. No, you're supposed to still keep shooting towards that goal, man. Keep shooting towards that goal until you hit it, till you make a point. And that's the point, and that's the spirit that we're supposed to be in. Continuously shooting, continuously going for the mark. Keeping these laws, man, to the best of our ability, trying to do the right thing. That's what we all supposed to be striving towards, doing the right thing. As it says, be perfect as your Father in heaven isn't perfect. So we're not just talking, we ain't just telling Jake out here to just keep the laws, and we ain't doing it. We ain't living according to this Bible. You got to be a hearer of the word, and a doer of the word. Or this is your life to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This word, this wisdom. But you only gonna get through the prophets. So this is Psalms 90 and verse 12. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. And that's how you number your days. That's how you get long life, by applying your hearts to wisdom, by leaning on the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, and applying that to your life. That's how you get long life. This is Proverbs 3:1. It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. All right, so keeping these laws, statutes, commandments will give us life. And your heart is your mind. Goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means mind. All right, so keeping these laws, statutes, commandments in our mind gives us long life, length of days. You have a longer life. You know, you have peace in your life. And Jake has none of that. You don't have any of that, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Everybody is dying, man. All these niggas dying. Right? At a young age. You niggas don't even make it past what Juice WRLD say. We don't make it past 21. You know, niggas not making it past 21. Nigga be lucky to see 24, man. Lucky to see 24. That's a fucking miracle. Coming out the hood and living at 24. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But all these things happen because Jake is not keeping the law. You're not serving your power. A lot of death could be cut down in our nation if Jake would just keep certain laws. You just keep certain laws, the death toll will be cut down to a great degree. Hey, this is really just the way it's supposed to be, man. Because our people are blinded. They can't see. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. And the Lord just wanted to destroy you niggas as well. He wants to destroy the niggas out of our nation. The undesirables. The way he said that you were born in vain. So this is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So the Lord presented to you both sides of the coin. You got life and death, blessing and cursing. You choose it. You serve me, you follow my words, you listen to my servant Moses, and you have life. But if you go any other way, man, you're going to be destroyed. There's only one way to salvation. And Yahweh Shai said that. There's only one way to salvation. One way to deliverance. There's many ways to death. This is Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, which is what we're doing right now, living our life in a straight gate. Okay, going through a tough, difficult passage. That's what we're dealing with right now, because we're trying to make it into the kingdom, which that consists of, you may not have all the money like these niggas got. You may be living paycheck to paycheck. You may not have a woman. You know, your life consists of hell, trials over and over and over again, man. And the Lord tests you on a daily. One minute you may have been a guy with all the money, then the Lord take it all away. Something just happened at your job, you just get fired. You never had a problem on the job, but now you get fired because you're serving Yahweh Shema Shai. Many other things happen just so the Lord can test you. But this is what that straight gate consists of, which is why you see many Jakes taking the other route, because that life is easy, but it leads to death. It leads to death, man. You living an easy life, but it leads to death. And you Jakes still going through hell because you're in slavery at the end of the day. But you may have the money, you may have, the bitch or whatever. But that shit will really never bring you comfort anyways. You niggas really, at the end of the day, these niggas really suffering. It just looks like they're doing good. They really not. We the ones that's doing good, man. Our spirits are strong. Even though, we may be going through hell. Many things that we go through. Like it says, many are the afflictions of the righteous. But what? The Lord delivered him out of them all. So we may be going through, afflictions and hardships, but the Lord is delivering us through every single last one of them. So our spirits are tough. Our spirits are strong, man. And Lord willing, it continues to be that way and get stronger. But you people are really weak in the inside. No matter what the fuck you may look like on the outside, man. But Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. It's a wide, big old gate. Broad, man. That's leading straight to destruction. You're just walking down this big ass open, fucking road, man, where there's just a giant hole, a giant crater at the end of it. Everybody just walking into it. Just straight up destruction. And many there be that go in there. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Because only the elect are gonna obtain it, and the rest are gonna be blinded. Everyone else is gonna fall into that path of destruction, while the righteous are gonna seek the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai and live. While everyone else, you're gonna die, man. But just showing you that there are many ways to death, and there's only one way to life. A small percentage of people get it, and it's a small tight space, showing you that it's rare. So Deuteronomy 30:20 says that thou mayest love Yahweh thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice. That's what the Lord wants, obedience. And that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life. He is thy life. Yahweh Shema Shai is our life, which what comes from the Lord, keeping his laws, keeping his ways, remembering the covenant that we made with him. That's our life. And everything else is our death. For he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them, and no other. Okay? Just got to make that point. Only to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is only for you, man. This message is only for you to come back to the laws. Come back to the Lord. Come back to your ways. Otherwise, you niggas just going to keep on dying. You're going to keep dying, man. And people wonder why, the crime rate and the death rate is so high among so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you niggas don't keep the law. And you are the most wicked on the planet. You just go hard in wickedness, man. Once a nigga gets his hand into some folly and some bullshit, he start cooking this shit up harder than Esau does, man. Better than Esau. He's more of a witch and a warlock than Esau is. And that's just because Jake is the best at everything we do. But, hey, you're supposed to be the best in righteousness, not the best in wickedness, man. But, hey, these things are going to continue to increase and going to continue to worsen because Jake does not keep the law. So when you start seeing, hey, when Jacob trouble comes on the rise, we're not going to feel bad for you niggas at all, man. At all, because we gave you the chance. We gave you the ultimatum, life and death, blessing and cursing. But you niggas chose death. You ran right to death as soon as you ain't even let us finish the sentence. You just ran straight to death. And you can see it because we out there on the Habits of Bad Ways. Jake ain't trying to hear what we got to say. But hey, that's the point, man. And I pray this lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that are pushing his word with truth, sincerity, and charity. Shalom, Wa, Abba, Ball.